Back to the big show. Time now is 9:25. The Lucky Duck Foundation released its new Shamrocks and Shipwrecks analysis, which analyzes the effectiveness of regions and elected officials in addressing homelessness. Strong actions that drive progress earn Shamrocks, while ineffectiveness earns Shipwrecks. Here to explain more is the CEO of the Lucky Duck Foundation, Mr. Drew Moser. Drew, welcome back to the big show.
Morning, Paul. Thanks for having me.
How did the Shamrocks and Shipwrecks idea get launched?
Well,
how old is it?
It's about 2.5, 3 years. So much about homelessness is simply political will. And so these Shamrocks and Shipwrecks are meant to compel political will. And it comes with a long list of things Lucky Duck is doing or prepared to do to speed up government.
And the people that are making these Shamrock decisions consist of how many people?
6 to 8 people. Some of them are on our board of directors, and some of them participate in the Tuesday group, which is the weekly meeting of business leaders that Peter Seidler formed 7, 8 years ago that hasn't missed a Tuesday since he created that group.
So obviously you want to be a Shamrock, right?
Shamrocks are efforts by government that can and should be replicated across the county.
And who do you want to recognize this morning?
Well, there's a lot of them, several on our website. They're doing good stuff. Vista, as example, purchased this beautiful home specifically for homeless youth. Lucky Duck was able to come provide some funding to accelerate the opening of it. But that's a model that absolutely can and should be replicated across the county. The district attorney, Summer Steffen, created this great Shelter Ready app where up until a few months ago, if you had a homeless individual that was ready to move into shelter, these outreach workers would have to call every
different places.
Yeah. And sort of think about like hotels.com where you can get online and see right away what's available.
If there's anything available.
If there's anything available. And there are here and there, but bottom line, it's going to help people move into shelter much more quickly.
But there's also Shipwrecks, who earned that distinction.
Well, the city of San Diego, don't get me wrong, they're doing some good things. However, 9 out of 10 requests for shelter go unfulfilled. Because especially in the city of San Diego, there's not capacity. And so there was this great public-private partnership between the city, county, and Lucky Duck, where on county property we constructed a massive industrial tent,
right,
which Lucky Duck owns and covered the cost to put it up. We all knew going in it would need to come down as a temporary location. However, it did not need to come down last July, which was accelerated because the city pulled funding from it.
So there's 150 beds there? Or
150 beds completely pulled off the system. And then so then you have 150 people that you have to find a new home for, which they moved into the existing shelters. And while they were doing that, they paused shelter intakes at all these other shelters, meaning virtually no one could move off the streets. So we're not here to criticize the city, but we're here to say taking 150 beds offline is absolutely a step backwards, and we're still fully prepared to collaborate with the city to reactivate that structure, which now tragically sits in storage, the absolute last place it should be, because we're all about putting a roof over people's head and helping them find a bright and immediate pathway off the streets.
Stay dry, stay warm, the first big step. Homelessness has become a very hot political potato, if you will. Lucky Duck has tried to do its best by being non-political, but is it I mean, how do you not get politically involved in this?
Well, our group said from the day one, we don't care who's a Democrat or who's a Republican, and if the politicians are taking meaningful steps forward, we'll be the first to pat them on the back. But if they're not, the pat on the back might be lower and harder. And so Shamrocks and Shipwrecks isn't meant to be awarding one party or discrediting another party. It's about the facts. And so that coupled with, we try to apply business principles and a sense of urgency so we can get bang for the buck and help people as quickly and humanely as we possibly can. And in everything that we do, whether it's a Lucky Duck Foundation program or something we invest in, it's meant to have urgency and bang for the buck. And we're not always confident government can say the same. So I don't know if that answers the question, but that's how we approach the issue.
You call balls and strikes as fairly as you can, and you don't care who the batter is. You just call them balls and strikes.
Yeah, and we're rooting for all of them to succeed, and we're here to help them succeed. But if we see ineffectiveness or decisions that are moving things backwards, we'll do everything we can to intervene.
And I think that's why a lot of people have a lot of respect for the Lucky Duck Foundation, and you, by the way, Mr. Brewer.
Well, thanks. It's a great board and great group of people that we've got.
We must call it a conversation. Enjoy your Super Bowl weekend, and we'll talk again, I'm sure, on the flip side of that.
Likewise.